Hello? Ah, I see you're enjoying the Omni Viewer. Peering through the multiverse never gets dull, in my opinion. There are so many marvelous phenomena, so many wondrous forms of life. Am I right? What am I saying? Of course I am. Oh, yes. I'm here because I wanted you to come and spend some time with me. I've been very busy today, and I'd like to sit back and relax with you for a while. Now, just remember all the wonderful benefits I'm providing you with. Taking a little time out of your day so that I can enjoy your company is a small price to pay, is it not? Good. I'm glad you didn't make me insist. Come with me. We'll sit out in the garden. I hope you've been enjoying your new life. Well, to be honest, I'm not sure how you couldn't. No rushing around, squabbling with your peers over money and status. You have me here to make sure everything is perfect, and I ask so little in return. Would you like a treat? I brought some back from the meeting I was just at. It isn't the sort of thing you'd find on Earth, but I think it's similar enough that you might enjoy it. Alright, let me show you what the choices are. This one is a bit like a pastry. It's wonderfully crisp on the outside with a soft, slightly chewier center. It's mostly quite sweet, but the center is rather tart. Here we have another sweet. It's actually a fruit from a particular jungle world. When the fruit is baked, it becomes sweet, gooey, and delicious. The last one is more of a savory dish. It's very crunchy and flavorful. I'm honestly not sure how to describe the taste, but I can almost guarantee that you'll enjoy it. So, which one do you want first? Good choice. I'm quite fond of those myself. I must admit, when I first heard about the idea of food, I was unsure of how I felt. We Lux don't need food to survive. We simply absorb dimensional energy for our sustenance. But I've come to quite enjoy eating. Aside from the taste and texture, it's such a nice social activity. It provides plenty to talk about, and there's a certain camaraderie that comes with enjoying a meal together. That being said, I think it's just dreadful that you mortals rely on it for your survival. I only eat occasionally, when it strikes my fancy. I can't imagine having so much time out of your day devoted to finding, preparing, and eating food, and not to mention all the conflicts your species have had over it. But in the end, that's just another reason why humans will be better under our care. With us handling all the difficult decision-making, you'll all have plenty of time in the day to fill your bellies. I see you still get a little upset when I talk about our plans for the human race. Don't worry, I'm sure with time you'll come to see that this was all in your best interest. Even you must admit that I've been good to you. The same will be true of all your kin, in time. Speaking of which, I'm sure you'll be happy to hear that our discussions about allowing humans to maintain their free will have gone quite well. You've been quite good for me, and that's gone a long way to prove humanity's rationality. Of course, you haven't always acted rational, but your outbursts haven't been too bad, and that's without me resorting to discipline. What's the matter? Surely you must be relieved to know that you will be keeping your ability to think. Is there something else on your mind? You want to know when you'll be able to see your friends and family. Well, there's still much to prepare, unfortunately. It will be a while, but I promise that it will happen. Not what you meant. Then what did you mean? Oh, you want to actually go back and visit Earth. That would be a bit more complicated. Not that I couldn't do it, of course, but it's bad practice to expose a liberated species to their old way of life. Nostalgia can make you long for things that aren't good for you. Well, I suppose I can understand how a mortal like you would long for familiarity. You've been good so far, so if you continue to show improvement, I'll allow a visit home soon. I consider that a bit of a compromise, but I do want you to feel that I listen to your concerns. And I suppose that you deserve a little bit of a treat. You really have been very good. Most importantly, you've been getting better since I first brought you here. I can still see a rebellious spark in your eyes, but it seems that you've mostly accepted that fighting back doesn't accomplish anything. Unless... Out of curiosity, what are you planning to do while you're there? Of course. Naturally, you could do all of that here, but I understand that it's different when it's with others of your kind. But I wonder, were you planning on anything else? Perhaps trying to warn the other humans that the Lux are coming? The look on your face says it all. You're not the first being to try it, but don't worry, I won't go back on my promise. You'll get your visit. I wouldn't recommend trying to spread the word on our plans, but not for the reasons you're probably thinking. What do I mean? Well, it's pretty simple. In the first place, how many people would believe you? Remember, I've been watching you humans for quite a while. There are plenty of others claiming to have seen aliens, but you all just call them crazy. Of course, there's more reasons than just that. Did you consider what would happen if they did believe you? Worst case scenario, there would be mass panic, looting, riots, the works. Best case scenario, they realize that this is the best thing to happen to the human race and eagerly wait their salvation. And even if they did all band together to try and stop us, well, they would fail. There isn't a force in the multiverse more powerful than the Lux, and your species has only barely started to look to the stars. Frankly, you're lucky that we're looking out for your best interests. A violent race with half our power could wipe you out easily. Of course, that will never happen. You're all under our protection, even if we haven't been able to bring you all over yet. Anyway, I would recommend keeping the Lux's plans to yourself. No sense in spoiling your visit with fear and confusion. Well, I think this conversation has been quite fruitful, don't you? I've certainly learned a bit more about you. Now, why don't you sit back and enjoy those treats? There, that's a good human. Keep it up and things will continue to be just wonderful for you.